It's so good to chat with you today. And is it nighttime where you're at?
It is nighttime, and we just had generator problems, and power is off. I've got a bit of a light setup going on.
But the internet works, and that's the
The-
most important part.
yes, we have a good solar setup for the internet and charging laptops and everything like that. So you probably find
Amazing.
maybe in 10 minutes the lights will actually come on and illuminate the room.
And so for folks watching, could you tell us a bit about yourself and what you're doing?
Sure. Okay, so I'm based in Southern Africa, in Zimbabwe, and my agency is called AI Creative Solutions. And what we're basically doing, we have been contacting existing agencies so that they can learn more about MindStudio and hopefully join and everything. So that's been going well. And then we actually got contacted via LinkedIn by two separate agencies with existing clients, really large banks and insurance companies. And that's really exciting. We've in essence, we have signed a partnership with them, a collaborative partnership, and we'll be doing a revenue share. So I think we
Mhm.
are different to how a lot of people are approaching it, like in Australia and the States, whereby they've got their existing clients as it is. Yeah, technically we are going into partnership with these guys, and then, as I say, we'll build for them. They find the clients, and
Yeah.
also we'll be training CEOs in the banks and in the corporates as well. We are keeping it with an African theme and tailored to African business. It's quite interesting the way it's taking shape and the direction it's going. It's looking very positive. We have been sitting in some government offices, and that has been quite amazing to actually have those kind of the privilege of sitting in those offices and demonstrating MindStudio at highest levels. We demonstrated
And you've heard
sorry.
I'm sorry, keep going.
Okay. We demonstrated a small application whereby people would actually upload a construction site, and the application is able to do a whole lot of different reports in an ecosystem based on an image. So we showed them we can upload different angles of the image too, to have a holistic view of the construction site, whether it be road projects, bridge projects, housing projects, and just the myriad of reports that could come out of that. They were quite impressed and very happy. And look, they're going to take it to their team next week and see where to go from there. So pretty interesting.
Mhm. And so your agency is certified as a Mind Studio developer, and you are doing projects for all types of folks, again, primarily in Africa, including these government agencies that you're mentioning.
Correct.
And working with other agencies who already have customers, and you are basically the AI fulfillment
Yes,
side
exactly.
of their business, which totally makes sense. Yeah. So
Yeah,
there's a great demand, again, for people watching. There's a great demand for people that know how to build AI automations and applications using Mind Studio.
exactly.
And there are lots of enterprises there that are looking to hire those people either full time or as an agencies, as a consultant, as an agency. And now we're seeing things that Simon, you're doing here too, which is that there are already agencies that are building Mind Studio for clients. And then there's a bunch of agencies that don't yet know how to do it.
Yeah,
And what they do is they find folks like you who can help them fulfill all of this demand that they're seeing from their existing customers.
exactly right. And the amount of interest as well is pretty high. Yeah, we've done some work for some consultants in the States as well and Australia, which is pretty cool. And some guys in the UK as well. We've built out a marketing suite for them as well. And that was quite a nice one that we did for them. They were they had about 700 users on the wait list when they first launched. And yeah, they've been pretty strong in there, and they've had amazing reviews on the application, and it's just how it's helped non-marketers to improve their marketing skills and actually make a difference in terms of their marketing game. Yeah,
Hmm.
so
And what did you do? There are those lights you promised,
there we go.
and now you've got like a
Okay,
nice halo
that's great.
behind
We'll just
you.
take the
Very
lights
nice.
off. Yeah,
And your background before becoming this AI expert implementer
sure.
is what?
I was an accountant. I was with Ernest and Young, So I left the accounting industry in about 2019, and we went more tech, developing websites for companies, and we're in and around AI quite a bit. So when ChatGPT came out, I think that was when it was just it was hype everywhere around the world, and I said, look, we're going to do something with this. Then we found MindStudio, and that was the changing point. I said, I'm leaving everything I'm doing, and I'm doing this. And we've just basically gone from nothing to having this agency in AI, and with a lot of interest. So Zimbabwe has been under sanctions for about 20 years, and there's been so little opportunities and everything. So even OpenAI wasn't available in Zimbabwe. And it's only in the last month and a half that OpenAI has actually given Zimbabwe access since sanctions were lifted from us. And now everyone all of a sudden now just believes that ChatGPT is enterprise integration. And this is what we have to uneducate them for what they've learned in a space of a month. That no, you don't use your thumbs to do your company work. We're going to use agentic workflows, and we're showing
Mhm.
them how prompts are saved and commands are created in these workflows. And people are like, okay, there's no ways we're using ChatGPT and other standalone tools. And that, so the excitement that's just been created by AI has just, it's been phenomenal. It's been huge. Whereas other countries in the world have had the exposure to AI for the past, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years, we haven't.
Mhm.
And that
Mhm.
has really been a turning point for interest in corporates in what we're doing. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. And then you taught yourself to use MindStudio? Like, how difficult was it for you to get up to speed again with an accounting background?
It was quite quick. It was quite quick.
And not saying anything negative about accountants here.
I
That's
hear
all
it all the time. I can relate. I know how accountants are. Yeah, using a whole lot of different kind of software all the time in the accounting world also helps a lot in terms of getting to know your way around. And what I found particularly interesting when we first used it, when it was UAI, was the main screen prompt. And I was like, wow, okay, this is amazing. Then at the time, you could still have one or two automations. In fact, you could build quite a few automations. So I just started using the automations just to start the simulations. And I was building simulations at first. And then it progressed. As I watched more of the YouTube videos, I was like, wow, penny drop moment. This is wild. And to be honest, a lot of people have said, what do you recommend for us? What kind of AIs do you recommend? And I'm like saying, I don't know. We have to look at your systems, because there
right.
there is an AI for anything that they actually want to do.
Mm.
And that is where people can get quite confused in terms of
Mhm.
making a choice and making the right choice for the right AI.
Mhm.
Because at the end of the day, it's transformational. We will be transforming so many of their systems and ways of operation that you don't want to just throw the frog into the boiling water. You'd rather just boil it slowly and have a slower transformation, but with much more better results. And
Yeah.
I think that's the approach we're taking, especially okay, so one of the agencies that we signed with is Winfield Strategy, and they've obviously got the big banks and the insurance companies. So what they were particularly interested in is some of the training simulations I've built, and they want to just incorporate that, tweak it slightly for more focused on the corporate world, office jobs. And that is how they wanted to slowly boil the frog to the proverbial frog. So just to get people interested in it and see how the AI is working. And then they say, right, good AI begets good AI. Good AI begets better AI. So when you are seeing these workflows in action, you suddenly get ideas from the responses in the AI itself.
Yeah.
I can build a workflow for that. And this person can benefit from a report based on this. And this is when you start seeing an entire ecosystem developing, and you're like, wow, okay, backend APIs, This is how they're going to talk to each other to get much better results at the end of the day in different workspaces. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah, really powerful. And so if a company wants to get started with, again, exploring leveraging AI to transform their business, if somebody came to you, like, what advice do you give them? How do they go about doing it?
Okay, look, I would recommend actually just taking a system audit, looking at some of their bottlenecks, areas that they can identify that where AI could be of benefit for them. Some people wouldn't know where to start, so we might suggest, look, take the low hanging fruit. Let's do some marketing applications. Let's
Mhm.
have a look at those things. Let's look at a few HR applications. How can we make the communication better and faster instead of having to undergo hours and hours of clerical work when you can do it in a
Mhm.
matter of minutes. So I think that's a good starting point for enterprises. Interestingly enough, we have been in conversations with an investment company in Cape Town. They're looking at by the end of the year having about a billion, holding about R1 billion worth of investments. Rands, that's equivalent to about 100, maybe 150 million US dollars that they're holding in terms of customer clients' investments. They're investing into solar projects for tax exemptions and stuff. So
Mhm.
it's a bit of a complex situation they've got, how it all operates. So we've actually got sign off as of this morning in terms of doing their client collaterals. And
Mm.
that is pretty interesting. It's not going to be a 1 week, 2 week project. It's going to be a month, perhaps up to 3 months to have it all implemented and working. So doing the doing those collaterals in terms of what they would usually offer in terms of investments, the rates and investment amounts and how they go about doing it is all put into a data source. And in that data source as well, we will have examples of existing collaterals and in the brand's voice as well. So that is going to be it's quite a challenge because there's a lot of stuff that they've got. And
Mhm.
yeah, I wouldn't like to usually do a big implementation at once. We like doing pilot projects because you can assess how good they are, what the
Mhm.
results are like, and how the people are reacting to the sudden AI change and the new way of doing things. So, in a nutshell, that's what we're doing with the guys in Cape Town. Quite exciting.
Yeah, that's amazing. Congrats.
Sure. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks so much for spending time here with me today.